Let us continue our respective and today's walk in resilience. No, it's not a primrose path or a rose garden. We will encounter challenges, frustrations, obstacles, mountains, and deep valleys today, and maybe even in this moment. We must continue on a path of awareness and exposure to that vast library of world that we don't know. We know some things, but it's much more within us and outside of us that we don't know yet. Let's maintain that curiosity. Resilience, as a reminder, the beauty of presence. That is the spiritual side of leadership that exists within everyone, yet remains underutilized. As a brief reintroduction and review of the book, and that applies to the book itself and to each 820 episode. If you have any expectations of the book or of the episodes or of me, consider expecting what you don't know before we start the conversation. You cannot do one well and fully without the other perspective. Consider this as aspects of your mirrors, of your mosaic mirrors. The many mosaic mirrors you can experience every day, in every moment, and consider doing that without ego and fear, but also with more humility and confidence. Now, maybe your first thought or idea or impression or expectation from that statement might be, I don't look like any of these supposed mirrors or mosaic mirrors, these people and things and events that you say, Ming, that I will experience each day. You may be very correct in that evaluation, but the motivation from me in that perspective is not regarding so much in how much you look like someone else or some other external thing or event. The question that supports the mirror idea or the mosaic mirror idea, when you experience any of those of your mirrors, do you feel like any of the mirrors that you come across, people, things, events, what do you feel when you encounter them? If I may propose a possible answer, I suggest that the answer is, I don't know, or maybe, or hell no, or yes. But the real answer is you can never know. Yes, you might have an opinion or a guess or assumption based on, for example, you come across a person, event, or occurrence. That person, for example, may have a similar skin tone, similar height, weight, similar car to yours, similar money, position, sex, house, or knowledge, for example. But you cannot know someone else's dream or life. Maybe you will agree that the knowledge of your own dream in life has its own challenges and changes every day, every moment. You can feel or connect or simply accept that your mirrors, okay, not the ones you own, just the ones you perceive. Those mirrors, those mosaic mirrors, show you parts of you. The feelings you know you have, the feelings only that you can guess, presume, or assume that that mirror may also have, but you don't know, and can accept that thought as it passes to you, through you, and out of you. That was only a thought, an image, a brief encounter, or crossing a path in your journey, now that you could not hold on to anyway. Just as you and everyone and everything in your life and dream appear, you arise, you endure, you pass away. They arise, endures, passes away in every moment of your awareness. So rather than rejecting the idea about doing well fully or just playing nicely with others, the driving factor in your observation is in your accepting of the possibility that you do and can share the feeling with that mirror without having or needing to know more to feed your egos and fears. Embracing and welcoming the humility and the confidence that continue to spring and pool within you. With your will and you're willing to lead for yourself, cooperatively with others, directly, indirectly, with your mirrors and your experiences. Now again, this is a quick review of the summary on resilience, the beauty of presence, that the book that delivers the spiritual side of leadership that exists within every person and organization. Yet that quality, even though it's there, lying dormant perhaps, remains underutilized. But when you choose to lead this way, in resilience, that gives you what you want, what you need, and access to what you have already, anytime and anywhere. That choice to uncover, recover, and discover and define your resilience, the infrastructure I mentioned to you before, you get that through the present feeling, the feeling of and through presence in this moment and through the beauty that is always unique to you. Knowledge and awareness of self introduces you to the present moment. And it is all there through mere words, M-E-R-E, mere words. Or better stated, mirror words, M-I-R-R-O-R words. For the words you use absolutely reflect the state of consciousness. The words you use represent the essence of your being. They form impressions of who you are, and they represent an example of the beauty in your presence. Obviously, there's no complete reflection of you from anything or anyone else. Those reflections, those long or short instances that appear in front of you may be parts or views of you. Those parts or views can serve as perceptions of the value you already have within. And those parts cannot be reformed. The parts and views of your internal space just is and is perfect because it's not from ego or an object. And those observations from your awareness are not to be improved or ignored within or without. They are intended to awaken your awareness and attention to the present moment, your presence that is before you and not beyond you. So consider everyone as a mosaic mirror. Then is only the smog and fog, the smoke and fog, the ego and fear between the mirrors that prevent us from seeing others clearly as collaborating leaders and messengers. There exists some aspect or facet of us in everyone we encounter. We tend to ignore or reject that because of the fear and ego we continue to believe in and have to succumb to the agreements imposed on us. As a leader and messenger, Consider meeting your own expectations, honoring your own agreements before you ask of anyone or anything outside of you. So, lastly, presuming you have an interest in leading and learning for yourself, and you are open to accepting the angles and impressions of you that you can witness every moment of every day that you live, remember this. Remember to ask yourself about your presence in leading and in resilience. What drives you? Pay attention. Stay present. Stay current. This is the time. The time is 8:20.